This is what Kang Daniel wanted. Disclaimer, I don't hate Kang Daniel. I've actually seen Wanna One in concert before. I watched Produce as it was airing and was shocked at how popular Kang Daniel was. I didn't see anything amazing about him. He seemed mediocre all across the board. He didn't seem to have the drive of, I've been dreaming of this all my life, this is my passion, like some of the other trainees did. But apparently loads of other people did. His sweet and innocent image was obviously just a character he played. I saw right through it. I've always thought he's the type of guy to become an idol for the fame, money and women. That's cool cause I'm sure some of our favorites did the same thing and we'd never know it. It's not uncommon. Kang Daniel has wanted a top girl group member to date since his was a trainee. I think this is what he dreamed of. I don't think Jiho was his first girl he dated from a girl group but rather the first he got caught with. He's a social climber. He probably dated around and messed around with other girls in girl groups but likely none as big as Twice or even close to big as Twice. His facade of his fans are what keeps him going and everything he does is because of his fans is laughable knowing what we know now. It just makes you scratch your head because of how much KD lately has been pushing that fairy tale to his fans with his solo debut and legal dispute when behind closed doors it was Jiho who helped him. That's cool though. It's sweet when you think about Jiho being the one through the bad times. She even knitted him a scarf. But when you pair it with KD thanking his fans for being there for him and getting him through it all, it's not genuine. He just means it metaphorically. His fans' wallets have been there for him. He probably doesn't care that he's hurt his fans, he just cares if they stop spending their money on him. I don't think he thought that his fans would react the way they have though is the problem. He probably assumed they'd just pat him on the back and support him like they have during his past scandals and controversies. I don't think he's an awful person. It's common in the K-pop world to have Kang Daniels. Popular male idols who don't have the passion for music like other idols and just see it as a way for women, money and fame. He's not a bar person like Seungri or Junyoung. I just think KD is mediocre across the board compared to Jiho who is a literal goddess. Jiho isn't a bad person for dating. She's a sweetheart and the nurturing type. She's at the top of her game. That's what Kang Daniel wanted. Do you think he wanted his first dating scandal, not counting the Yuk Jadam scandal, to be with someone from Gugudan or Weki Meki? No. He probably wanted someone from Twice, Blackpink or Red Velvet. And he got Jiho. I don't believe she was his first pick though and would have probably wanted Mina or Momo. Let's put it this way. If Guanline, who is in the same boat as Kang Daniel right now when it comes to lawsuits against their labels, had his solo debut after it all. And his solo debut would have flopped if it weren't for his fans spending not hundreds but thousands of their money to make it chart. And he went on and on thanking his fans and saying how much they've got him through the rough nights. All for it to turn out he's dating I don't know. Yeri from Red Velvet. People wouldn't be so supportive. He'd be getting so much hate. Imagine if Johan does this in 5 years. Oh boy. Asterisk Kang Daniel isn't a genuine person. He dropped his Wanna One brothers like they had the plague. His fans will defend it and say it has to do with his legal dispute but that doesn't make sense. He tried to make it seem like he was living with his mom in Busan when in reality he lives in a high-class villa. His fame got to his head and it'll likely be his downfall. He's popular now but give it 2 years and he'll just be a memory. Anyways, I bet that Kang Daniel and Jiho by the end of the year to break up if not shorter. I don't see this really lasting. Jiho is in it 100%, going to his house and taking out his trash. I feel like she really likes him to date him after such a long dating ban. I hope he doesn't break her heart. And if he did he would get comments saying, stop playing up your sob story for more votes. It happens with every produce trainee who's had a rough life, people always shit on them for it. Are you really trying to use him not bringing up his rough life, and oh boy did he have it bad, against him? It really seems like you're trying to label Daniel as some diabolical villain whose main goal was to get in Jihyo's pants. I guess this is a very unpopular opinion. You seriously wrote a thesis painting Kang Daniel to be some kind of monster, Jesus. Imagine being this pressed. They aren't, and he is. Onces are supportive and so are international fans, but what did you expect? International fans pretty much always support dating, or pretend to, at least. His fans are pretty pissed, and they're the ones buying so many albums, so. And you'll be sure to use that as confirmation that he's terrible as opposed to the natural result of massive amounts of attention and pressure on a young relationship, right? Upvoted because you may be the only person on the planet who thinks all of this. Biggest yikes I've ever seen. I hope they're trolling, she even knitted him a scarf. ISTG if there were flares on this sub that'd be my flare. I busted out laughing yelling out no when I read it. This post can't be real. I'm mad at myself for reading the whole thing. So Jiho is my alt bias, if you can't tell from my username. I also don't follow the produce brand or guy groups, I know the popular songs from popular guy groups but that's it. So this Kang Daniel was pretty much a nobody to me. When the news broke I was like but no one is good enough for Jiho, and I didn't know this guy who hasn't had a long K career, so I had my doubts. But in the end I don't really think this dating thing is a social ladder climbing thing. By dating Jiho and getting caught, yes he would be in the tabloids but he was taking a big risk to his career if his fandom decided to turn on him. It seems like it's been mostly okay but I don't think someone as ambitious as you say would do anything to harm the "my fans are my girlfriend" image, which is established and profitable. This might be the one thing I sort of agree with. I don't think he doesn't care about his fans at all but he's definitely afraid they're going to stop spending absurd amounts of money because he definitely knows his biggest attraction is his boyfriend vibe, which is gone BC Jiho. His letter on his website pretty much confirmed that. I've always thought the opposite of Daniel and thought he really does care about music even though he might not be the best singer or rapper. I think he has the drive for it. Otherwise he would have just let LM do anything they wanted and lay back and take it. They're dating, let's see, get the fuck over it. How do two people in Korea who live completely different lives than you affect you in any way enough for you to write such a long drawn out post about it? I understand it's an unpopular opinion but geez. I don't agree with this but one point you made about, I don't think, was his first girl he dated from a girl group but rather the first he got caught with, is literally every K-pop idol ever. Irrespective of whether the idol is a girl or a boy. They date a lot but get caught rarely. Also Dispatch chooses who they want to out and who they don't. They are probably hand in glove with some companies so even though those idols are dating they never out them. Daniel made a lot of enemies after him leaving his company and it is obvious that they purposely did it after his album is out so they can watch how fans react. So far the Korean fans and the Japanese fans have not taken the news well. Sorry pal, Jiho was never going to date you. This should be a new copypasta. I don't think any idol would be so naive. Besides that the post really reads like someone who is upset because Jiho is dating someone. Let it go mate, it's better for your health. This ain't deep. You poor Jiho stan. Listen, it will be okay. I kinda think they are long-term goals I don't know. They seem almost too perfect of a match. I don't know I kept wondering what all the fuss was about him. I just checked out his new song a few days ago and it's actually really good. You speak as if you know the guy in real life.